Deep condition overnight causes fungus.
Wash and goes can be so damaging, and I feel like it's not talked about enough.
Most black women are hiding this one thing. They hate their hair.
I'm about to make some of y'all so mad. He is not bad for your hair. Ooh.
Unpopular natural hair opinions that we need to talk about.
You probably gonna be mad at me, but I gotta say the quiet part out loud. Most black women are hiding this one thing. They hate their hair. I know, it's a touchy subject. Listen, I'm only talking about this because I was number one. I hated my hair the most. I not only hated my hair, I hated everything about myself. When I was young, I hated my skin color. I thought I was too dark. I hated my hair. It was 4C and I didn't know what to do with it. I hated my height. I hated my lips. I hated my thighs. I thought they was a little too thick. I like them now. But literally, I hated every single thing on myself, head to toe. And that's its own thing. But culturally, I believe a lot of us black women have been brainwashed to hate our hair. I only went natural because I was forced to, because something crazy happened when I took some braids out and I had to cut all my hair off. And I just went natural after that. But for a year and a half of being natural, I hated it. I slapped a wig on it. I slapped all kind of braids in it. I did not want to see my hair. God had to sit me down, make me stand in the mirror and see the beauty in my hair. I had to say out loud that I love myself and I love my hair and I love how God created me. It wasn't easy, but I stood there in that mirror and I boohoo cried because I was confused. I'm like, God, you say you love me, but I hate what you created. And that's hard, being that real with yourself, realizing that what you see with your eyes is not what you see on TV, is not what you see in magazines, is not what you see promoted as beautiful. And if it is a black woman in a movie, she usually is just loud and the most unattractive figure in the whole movie. And I'm probably going to get a lot of comments saying, why is this your business? And people always trying to police black women hair. But I'm only saying this from experience. And I know this because not only myself, but other black women that I know, that we genuinely, if you ask us deep down, we hate our hair. We can say it's because we like to switch it up. We can say it's because it's hard to style, which it is. But deep down, we prefer someone else's texture. It's a big subject. It's a very touchy subject. Every person is different. But I know by and large, we have not grown up to accept our hair. We haven't grown up to even know our hair. A lot of us, when we were kids, we had perms. So you grew up not even knowing your real hair. And it's funny because sometimes I would turn on the TV, and even if I did see a black girl that they wasn't trying to make super outrageous, ridiculous, most likely she would have a wig on. If I look on a picture on Instagram and I just scroll and scroll, 9 out of 10 of the women on there do not have their real hair. And I'm not saying that you can't ever wear a wig. I've worn plenty of wigs, and sometimes if I need a break, I'm gonna put some braids in my hair. But I want us to sit down and ask ourselves a question like, if 90% of the time you do not see my real hair, what is the problem? It's nothing wrong with wearing the makeup and the hair and everything, but do you really love yourself deep down? And that's something I had to challenge myself on. That's something God challenged me on. And when he stripped it all away, I realized that I didn't. And he had to build that back up, in which I loved myself. So I challenge you to think about it. Do you really love yourself? And I mean your natural, raw self.
The thing is, we do have internalized hate for our hair naturally because we've been bombarded. Before we were even born, our parents were told they're not enough in every sense of the word. So, I mean, excuse me, if I've got issues, if I've got trauma, if I've got self-esteem issues and I'm working through that, like, it's expected that black women will have issues with their hair. I think we're moving in the right direction though with this particular concern or issue. And it just comes with more people wearing their hair. I mean, people talking or speaking up about how they feel about their hair, insecurities around their hair, coming out to discuss how they style their hair, how they're loving and embracing their hair more. That helps us rise above all of this. But yes, she's correct. We hate, mostly inside in our subconscious, we hate our hair, and we don't like the texture, and we don't like how it looks, and we try to slick it back and straighten it and, you know, have it bouncing like the colonizer. But the truth of the matter is that it's the most versatile, most beautiful, most flexible, most daring hair there is. And yeah, we've been gaslit and lied to about its absolute magnificence. I'm an advocate for women coming out here and speaking up about the stage where they're at with regards to their relationship with their hair, rather than hiding in the trenches or thinking, oh, I love my hair, while inwardly actually struggling still with the love for our hair. Speaking about it, vocalizing it, you know, being aware of it, you know, and starting that journey to say, okay, I do indeed hate it. That's step number one. And then we move forward to actually loving it, learning it, growing it, whatever, you know. So I am absolutely in support of women that come and say, I am having issues with my hair, because that's a start. A lot of people have issues with their hair and do not come out and speak up about it. So I do commend women that have the courage to say it. And above that, I am more interested in that journey, right? That journey to take us to a place of self-love, self-acceptance, you know, a place where we are proud to wear our hair out, and not only proud, but confident and, you know, comfortable, you know, in our own skin and in our own hair. So love this.
Wash and goes can be so damaging, and I feel like it's not talked about enough. I feel like people think since it's a low maintenance, low manipulation hairstyle, doesn't cause any tension, then it must be good for you. And of course they can be, but like any other hairstyle, they have the potential to be extremely damaging if you're wearing them too often, wearing them for too long, or not maintaining them properly. I just talked about in another video how it's a common thing to try and get wash and goes to stretch. It was literally a trend. I participated in it. Like, how long can I get my wash and go to last? And then you see people on a like day 9 wash and go. It has maximum volume and it looks good. But in most cases, the hair is extremely tangled and dehydrated. And yes, you can take a spray bottle and you can mist your wash and go every day, but that's not enough to properly hydrate your hair to prevent breakage.
Wow. I've never really heard anyone actually speak up like this about wash and goes. I'm someone that doesn't have a lot of experience around wash and goes. I did it once when I tried out the no oils, no butters challenge. Like an amateur, like a fool. To ever think that I could let go of my relationship with oils and butters. Crazy. But yeah, when I did that, I realized my hair was not happy. My hair loves oils and butters, number one. Number two, that shingling and raking, nah, it's not for my hair. Like, no. And to hear someone actually speak about the dryness and the tangling that comes with wash and goes, because I think wash and goes work when the hair is regularly washed, hydrated, and styled, which means that it's always clumped, always staying in that defined curl and detangled and regular, so there's no tangles that are accumulating or no shed hairs that are accumulating. However, the downside is the dryness, because you're not using oils and butter, one. Number two, there's a lot of manipulation. Number three, the ends are just out there to play with the wash and goes gave me palpitations. And that's because I love length. So I can see how a wash and go will not encourage that goal to be achieved. So like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with wash and goes, but comment below if you have been able to master this. But in my opinion, yeah, for length retention, forcing natural hair, don't know.
What's up, guys? So today is Thanksgiving, and I just thought I would record an unpopular opinion video today. So let's get started. So since my hair is straightened, I thought I would do a hair edition. I know this first one may ruffle some feathers because it's probably what you've always done, probably what your mom has always done, or your mom's mom has always done, but your scalp does not like grease, guys. It's too occlusive, the pores can't breathe, and more than likely, you're probably doing more damage than good. Number two, I'm sure you've heard this before, but oils do not moisturize your hair. They can add shine, they can seal, but they do not add moisture. Number three, oil is not a heat protectant. There are some oils that have the properties, I guess, that could protect your hair, such as argan oil or sunflower oil, but they're not a heat protectant, and you're probably just frying your hair. Instead of using an oil, use a serum like a Paul Mitchell Skinny Serum or BioSilk, something with silicones that's designed to protect your hair from heat. I think I'm on number 4, and that is co-washing alone is not enough. It does not cleanse your hair well enough. It cannot break down buildup unless it has some kind of sulfate or surfactant in it. It is a good midweek, I guess, if you want to do that kind of thing, but it's not sufficient on its own. Number 5, natural hair, at least ethnic natural hair like mine, is not designed to handle bleach. I know everyone wants to have their hair blonde. People love the way it looks, but it is horrible for your hair. It breaks down all the protein in your hair. It makes your hair weak, fragile, and then you're playing catch up for the rest of your life if you choose to keep it that way. So bleach is not good for our hair. Number 6, deep conditioning overnight causes fungus. I know a lot of you like to put your deep conditioner in and go to sleep with it in, but that is not healthy for your scalp. It's also not healthy for your hair because your hair can get waterlogged, which if you don't know what it is, Google it. But stop deep conditioning overnight. Your hair does have a threshold, and after about 30 or 45 minutes, your hair has soaked up as much moisture as it's going to hold. The rest is just sitting there and doing nothing but causing bacteria and fungus on your scalp. And finally, number 7, even though my hair is straight right now, this one is about curly hair. If your hair is not curly, you cannot make it curly. There's nothing you can do to make your hair curly unless you chemically alter it by doing like a Gina curl or a curly perm or something like that. But if your hair is not curly growing out of your scalp, it's not going to get curly as it continues to grow. Whatever texture you have, whatever texture you were born with, it's the texture you're gonna have. And no, I don't mean the texture you had when you were a baby with that little, soft wave, little hair. Not that. I mean the permanent DNA encoded hair that's coming in. If you have type 4 hair, you're gonna have type 4 hair. It's not gonna magically change to type 3 or type 2 or whatever. That's what you have, and that's okay. Enjoy and embrace what you have. In my opinion, all natural hair is beautiful and versatile and should be celebrated the same. What are some of your unpopular opinions about natural hair?
A lot said. Let's unpack it.
So the first thing he said is that grease is not meant for the scalp as it will clog your pores. The thing is, we know that grease is non-comedogenic, so it does not clog the pores. That's why a lot of people that use Vaseline like on their skin don't break out. However, a lot of people will pile on the grease, right? And also because it's so thick, over time, it can actually not really clog the pores, but it just it brings up a barrier on the scalp. And this is not good because the scalp likes to breathe. So, I mean, also just with piling on grease, like it's gonna just hold on to dirt and grime and lint and all sorts of things. So yeah, I guess do what you may with that information. It's a personal thing at the end of the day. But yeah, grease is one of those things where a lot of people have like a love-hate relationship with it. The next thing he said is that oils don't moisturize the hair, and I get what he means, as in they do not add moisture. They cannot give your hair moisture. However, a lot of the times people confuse moisture or moisturizing the hair versus hydration. So oils help in the process of moisturizing because they help to seal in moisture, right? Therefore, moisturizing the hair. So, I mean, maybe it's a thing of wording at this stage in the natural hair community, but those are my thoughts on this. You guys comment below, let me know what you think. Next, he says oils are not a heat protectant. I don't have a lot of experience on this, but I do know that there is some research that has gone into some oils that they do give protection to the hair. As to what extent and the details of that, I don't know, but I agree with him. Like, if you are going to really blow dry your hair, especially on a regular basis, your hair is very fragile, damaged, or even flat ironing, girl, do not risk it and just use a proper heat protectant. With the issue of cold washing not being sufficient, girl, like, cold washing is one of those things. It was really popular at some stage, but for many routines, it's not really relevant. If you're someone that wants to just refresh your hair midweek, okay. If you swim a lot and you just want to add moisture before your wash day, okay. But honestly, with the amount of work that wash day requires of us, I might as well just cleanse my hair very well. That way I get longevity out of it, right? You just don't want to wet your hair and get that shrinkage for nothing, and then within a few weeks you're doing it again. Like, you might as well just do the whole thing, get your hair prepped and organized and hydrated, moisturized, and clean. So I get that some people do want to co-wash, but honestly, it's not really that necessary. The next thing is that natural hair is not for bleaching, and I have to agree. Our hair is very fragile. I don't have experience around this, but if you do want to change up your color, maybe really do your research and look into natural ways to get that color, or temporal ways, you know, choose options that don't really require you to be bleaching your hair in the first place. But I get it. Sometimes we can't resist the urge to actually switch our hair up. So girl, I get it if you want to try it out, but just be aware of the risk. Overnight deep conditioning is another one where, girl, if you overdo this and if you do it on a regular, particularly, it will not be a conducive environment for you to grow healthy natural hair and maintain a healthy scalp. Yes, fungus does grow in high humidity, high moisture places or situations that are, you know, kept like that for long periods. So I mean, I don't think it'll happen like in one night, but if you do this a lot and it's prolonged, yeah, be careful. Finally, he spoke about texture and hair type and how it can't be changed once it's grown out of your scalp. I mean, at birth, it's already determined. I didn't know there were people that thought that they could change their curl pattern. Like, if you're 4C, 3C, 1A, it's done by the creator. There is no changing that. Of course, you can use heat, you know, to temporarily change that curl pattern, you know, in other heatless forms. And of course, you can relax your hair if you want to permanently alter the curl pattern. However, the new growth that will be coming from the roots is always going to be your original girl, forever and ever. So absolutely, we have to learn to embrace our hair, our texture, you know, our thickness, our density, you know, our hair type, whatever it is that God gave you, girl, love it. Some people don't have hair and we're out here hating on our strands. Like, this has to change.
I'm about to make some of y'all so mad. Heat is not bad for your hair. Ooh. I blow dry my hair like once a month for protective styling. Heat itself is not the issue, it's how you use it. Now obviously it's bad if you straighten your hair and it sounds like you're frying chicken. That's too much. And yes, some people get heat damage easier than others. All that means is learning how heat works for your hair. So learning how often, what temperature, and a good heat protectant. For me, that's my shea butter cream. Trust me, it's okay. Heat is not the enemy.
Wow. Let's talk about this.
You guys know I have a love-hate relationship with heat, and over the years, it has not worked in my favor. So I would say stay away from heat if you've got kinky type 4 textured and natural hair. It is true that it does depend how you use it as to what extent, you know, it's gonna like damage your hair or affect your hair. But you know, people that just blow dry, I agree with her. Like, it's really not gonna do much harm, which is what she's talking about in this video. And she gives really good tips on, you know, what to look out for, you know, to make sure that heat does not work against you. Obviously, if you're flat ironing your hair, you know, regular basis, not following particular steps to, you know, put your hair in a situation for optimum protection, you could be actually causing more harm than good. But yeah, comment below, let me know what heat has been in your natural hair routine. Like, has it worked, has it not? In my opinion, for us kinky type 4, particularly 4C naturals, heat doesn't really work well, girl. Like, yeah, the split ends, the thinning, it just gets out of hand really quickly. But that's my opinion in my experience. Do comment below, let me know what you guys think about this video. Of course, it's all about opinions, so it's okay to have an opinion and to disagree. Just do it respectfully. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about all the things we've discussed in this video. So see you in the comment section.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one.